YouTube. Alright, your friendly neighborhood 3-star tuner here again. Here to rant at you for a few minutes if you don't mind. Alright, so I decided to make a video today because, of course, New Hampshire happened. And oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. New Hampshire. Motherfucking New Hampshire. Y'all delivered. Crushing defeat for Hillary. Oh my god. Man, it's awesome. But I came home today, doing my usual thing, searching YouTube for Bernie Sanders videos that got uploaded in the last day. Hardly anything from the media. So whatever. Anyway, I wanted to create this video because despite what everybody is saying and despite how much the media is trying to downplay this and how they're being misleading with a lot of their coverage, no, it was a big deal and America has taken notice. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing this, but at work where I'm at, in a deep red state, I'll be sitting at the break room and I'll be listening to the conversations. And people aren't talking about Trump anymore. They're talking about Bernie. And I've been listening to a lot of far-right people who are hardcore Trump supporters saying stuff like, hey, Bernie Sanders is another one that he's a good guy, we should look into him. Yes, this is happening. Nobody says anything about Hillary except she's just another establishment candidate. This is a fundamental miscalculation that Hillary and the rest of the media hasn't woken up to. The fact that people are just pissed off and sick of the bullshit that we've been dealing with, and they want real change, one way or another. So now, let's talk about the haters for a second who are trying to make this victory look like it's not that big a deal. You'll have people who will post things like, well, Hillary Clinton is leading with 394 delegates to Bernie Sanders is 42. Or, they'll say other things, like in the media they'll report, Politico especially is reporting the wins, and also Bing's website, Microsoft, they're reporting that angle as well, that she has 394 delegates and Bernie only has 42. Or Politico was even more disingenuous. They showed a 60% win for Bernie and a 30% or 38% win for Hillary. The rest went to O'Malley on the popular vote, and then right beside they'll have the delegate count, and they'll have 13 for Bernie and 16 for Hillary. So what's happening is that it's misleading. And the point of this is to control here. It's to control you, to get you scared, to get you to feel as if you have no chance of winning. So where are these numbers coming from? The super delegates. Now, before everybody freaks out, understand something. The 394 number comes from the super delegates that have already pledged that they're going to support Hillary Clinton. So who are these people? All Democratic members of Congress are super delegates. Other special people that the DNC just happens to nominate, super delegates. All members of the House are super delegates. Yes. So what they're actually counting in that 392 number are all the super delegates that have pledged public support for Clinton, plus the bound delegates that she has gotten from Iowa and New Hampshire. Now the good news to this whole thing, and this is the part that the media will not report to you. The super delegates are only worth 15% of the total vote. 15 to 20%, depending on where you get your source of information from, of the total vote. So in reality, if Bernie Sanders keeps winning and keeps winning big, it doesn't matter if every single super delegate goes to Hillary, he'll still win the nomination. So don't let them psych you out. There's some other crazy shit that's happening. Nevada is now the key state that will decide, that could potentially decide the election. And the Hillary Clinton campaign, although it's not clear if they're behind it or if it's one of her super PACs, but they've started doing push polling in Nevada. And what that is, somebody will call you up and say something like, hey, do you support Bernie Sanders? Pretend that they're from a polling organization. And then they'll ask you questions about his policies like, what are your stance on Bernie's? Do you support Bernie Sanders' push to ban the assault rifles bill? And you'll say yes or whatever. And then they'll say, would you be more likely or less likely to vote for Bernie Sanders, knowing that he voted against the Brady Bill 5 times? Or they'll flat out lie sometimes, and they'll say something like, or they'll bring up something that doesn't mean anything, like if they ask you a family values question, ask you, would it make you more or less likely to vote for him if knowing that Bernie Sanders has been remarried, or something just stupid. Or they'll just, straight up propaganda. And what that does to people who are on the fence, undecided, it gets them to question whether or not they should be supporting him. The big takeaway here is that we're winning and the establishment is terrified. And they're going to resort to every possible tactic to deny us this victory and to psych you out. So stay sharp, stay focused. Remember what we're fighting for. You'll win.